Today we have a flight from Cavern City Air Terminal to Sierra Blanca Regional. It should be a nice VFR flight, albeit in a slightly higher elevation. So let's tackle that and see what awaits us. And as always, when I come here to the weather page, I will eventually go to the website. But for now, let's review the METARs. The latest METAR for Cavern City is the winds from 120 at 4, 10 statute miles or more, visibility, clear skies, and 10 degrees of Celsius, and pressure setting 3030, which is a high pressure setting. At our forecast is basically identical to conditions that we experience right now. At our destination, we can there is no TAF, but current conditions are like winds are from the north. Also, great visibility, clear skies, temperature identical, pressure almost identical. Crow is the Roswell airport, and that's on the in the middle of our route. Apart from winds being completely from a different direction, the conditions are really the same. And I believe we'll see here on the weather pages why the wind is actually reported as it is, because we might have some. It's max, so let's do surface. And as you can see, it's like rotating there. So from here we have like southerly winds on this part, but there it changes. So there is no guarantee that the wind stays the same. I believe that it's going to be changing all the time. Since we are in the simulator, there will be some print or some time print, um, some condition that happens, at the hour. So we'll see what the METAR will say, and usually that's what the simulator will also depict. At altitude, and since we are at higher elevation, 6,000 feet is not really we should fly higher, because if we fly 6,000 feet, we will hit the ground before we reach our destination. So let's check 9,000 feet, and there we can see westerly winds there. So we are back into flying against the wind in our series here, but nothing serious. As for clouds, the forecast is really just cirrus clouds, which are high level clouds. Let's take the current observations. We basically have nothing to fear. There you can see the temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 10 degrees Celsius. Great visibility, 10 plus in all places along the way. Pressure setting 030, 030, 027, 031, very similar. And basically have no information about the cloud coverage because it should be quite clear. So weather-wise, let's say that we are safe to go. So let's go forward. Departure field, Cavern City Air Terminal. The nice layout of the runways. As we found out last time, runway 14 left and 32 right. It's not suitable and is not allowed for air carriers operations. I believe we are all general aviation here, so we are free to use that runway. Just be aware that in the simulator you can see like yellow axis on that. Normally you would not be able to land it in real life. There should be no yellow axis as of this moment. And since we are parking there, I don't think that it's really necessary to go out of our way to actually taxi to 14 right. And it would even be quite difficult to get there. We would need to take runway 26, I believe. So I believe that 14 left will be the one for departure today if the winds hold. Destination, we are reaching some mountains. As you can see, the elevation is almost 7,000 feet. And we have two intersecting runways there. Currently, the winds favor runway 30, but we'll see when we come closer what's it gonna be. You'll see at the arrival page that I kind of made an convoluted picture, I would say, and hopefully you will be able to make sense of it. Route planning, yeah, so kind of a direct route would probably no, I don't think it would make really sense. Let's say it would be maybe 20 nautical miles shorter, but at the same time, we would be robbed of an opportunity to follow the road. And I'm not really sure what kind of landmarks we could be using here, to make sure that we are on track. So what I elected to do is to actually depart and follow the highway all the way to Roswell, and then follow another highway all the way to here, and then just break off very near the destination airport. As for the airspaces, we have just class Delta here. I personally am planning to fly at 8,500 feet, so that's not really an issue. And I will use that field as a kind of a reference point along with other stuff. Airspaces, what we have here is, you can see Talon Low Alpha MOA, military operations area, and Talon Low Bravo. And then we have Talon High Alpha and Talon High Bravo. The low ones actually start at 500 feet AGL. But if I am keeping my navigation correct, I should not venture in those. So theoretically, I should not be afraid of any high-powered jets crossing my way there. Talon High MOAs start at 12,500 feet, and I will be below that. The same goes for Big Bravo and Big Charlie. Both start at 12,500 feet, and I will be below them. As far as airspaces go, there is nothing more to speak about. Now, since as you can see, both the departure and destination are like higher placed, especially the destination. I wanted to talk a little bit about the pressure altitude and density altitude and how to actually calculate, our performance. The thing is that the air, like the pressure gradient, is not uniform across the atmosphere or troposphere. It's fair to say that 50% of all the atmosphere lies within the elevation of or altitude 18,000 feet. So the pressure at 18,000 feet is half of what it is at sea level. So it's kind of not degrading at the same rate. For example, at sea level pressure, if you change your altimeter setting 1 hectopascal, away, that will correspond to 27 feet. So if you take your altimeter and just, turn it, then if you turn it 1 hectopascal more, then your altitude will read 27 feet more. If you go less, then it will be less. For inches in mercury, it's like per each hundredth of an inch of mercury, it's 9 feet. So every time you switch from 29.92 to 29.93, the difference would be almost 10 feet, like 9. At flight level 180, which is where the pressure is half what it is at sea level, the change in 1 hectopascal corresponds to 47 feet suddenly, and change of 1/100th of an inches of mercury corresponds to 16 feet. In general, we use these figures if we want to find our pressure altitude, which we'll be doing today, and we will use these figures. And because it's 27 feet here, or 9 feet, 27 or 9 feet at sea level, and 47 at 16 at flight level 180, I actually picked two more altitudes, which by pure coincidence corresponds to elevations of our fields today. So at 3,300 feet, that's actually the mean altitude, mean corrections that we are using. So 30 feet per 1 hectopascal, or 10 feet per 100th of inch of mercury. And then our destination, almost 7,000 feet, that changes 43 feet or 12. So as you can see, even if we use 30 feet and 10 feet calculations, even for our destination, it's still good enough. Because let's say that for now, what was the meter there? It says that the pressure setting at our destination is 30-30. So that's actually the difference between 30-30 and 2992 is almost 40. So let's 38. And if I go 38 by 4 feet difference, if I don't use 30 and I should have actually used 34, that will give us a difference of 120 or 160 feet almost. So there is a difference, but it's not that much as far as performance calculations goes. You can see that in order to select proper line, 1,000 feet is represented by just this much space. So if I'm off 100 feet, that will not really change anything. So it's safe, even at 7,000 feet, it's safe to use these easy figures. So how to find it? So let's say that I want to depart and I want to know my takeoff distance, right? This is my takeoff distance. And it's the takeoff distance over 50-foot obstacle. So it's not a ground roll, it's really ground roll plus whatever it takes me to 50 feet. So I'll take my pen here. Let's use red. So first of all, I need to find my temperature here. And if I'm right, it's 10 degrees Celsius right now, which corresponds to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So I start my line at 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is here. And yeah, I don't have a ruler here, so I'll just go. And I need to go all the way up to my pressure altitude. But what's my pressure altitude at this elevation? I know that my elevation is 3,300. And the altimeter setting says that it's 3030. And that means that my pressure altitude is actually lower because we have high pressure and I need to subtract. So 3,300. The difference is 0.38 in inches of mercury, which corresponds to 380 feet. So my pressure altitude is actually 380 feet lower than my elevation. So let's say 3,000 or just below 3,000. And 3,000 line is this one. So I go all the way just below that, right? When I'm there, I will cross like here all the way there to the B section. And now I need to get my weight of my airplane. I did my weight and balance, and I found out that my weight today is 2,600 pounds. So I will just make some dots here, and I need to go with the slope here until I hit that line. So I go down with the slope, and I arrive there, and from there I go horizontal again, all the way to here, and now I need my headwind. What headwind component I will have at takeoff? So if I check the METAR, and let's refresh it just to be safe. So if it is 120 at 4, then I need to find out the magnetic variation there, which is 7 degrees east. So the true, magnetic direction of the wind is actually not like 120, but 7 degrees less. So let's say 110, because this is rounded up to whole tens. So 110, and what runways do we have? we have runway 14, runway 14 left. Where is it? Runway 14 left there. Do we have? No, we don't have a direction here, but we should have it thereabouts. Yeah. Okay, so runway heading 156 true. So in that case, we need to count with the true wind. So 120 and 156. Uh, that's like 45-degree difference, and that means that from that wind component of mere like 4 knots, let's say like 2 or 3 knots are the headwind. So it's not really significant, but yeah, so 3 knots like there, and again we go down with the slope like that, and then horizontally, and I arrive at, let's say it's 1500, maybe 1650, and that should be my takeoff run. And again, this headwind is miles per hour, so probably like 4. I should have selected 4. So maybe a little bit like maybe 1600 feet of takeoff distance, which is quite surprisingly low for this altitude. So we can do the same exercise as far as landing goes. And if I'm not mistaken, the temperature was exactly the same. So let's count with that for now. So we have 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So we go up. Now pressure altitude again, 30. So that's easy. Again, 38, 380 feet difference. And if we want to be really precise, we would use 12 feet instead of 10. So not like 380, but maybe 500 or something like that. Again, I need to subtract from this because the pressure is actually higher. And that means that we have more air there. So we are like in a lower altitude, really, as far as international standard atmosphere goes. So it would be like 6,300, let's say, and 6,300 is all the way there, right? So again, I go horizontally. Now, my landing weight, my takeoff weight was 2,600 pounds. Let's say my landing weight might be like 2,500 pounds. So I go down with the slope all the way there, then horizontally. And I need to take my or have my headwind. I don't know what the headwind will be, right? Because it's gonna change. The worst case scenario is there will be no headwind at all. And in that case, I can land, my landing distance would be like 1,500, what, 10? Something like that. If we had headwind, then it would significantly lower. I also need to mention that all those calculations are based at some, some prerequisites that you need to do. So for example, for landing, it counts with 27 degrees of slotted flaps, and this is a Comanche. You need to read your POH, what it says, and approach speed of 1.3 times stall speed and paved surface. The same way for takeoff, it counts with the 18 degrees of slotted flaps. That's actually second position, and takeoff at again 1.3 times stall speed. So these are like kind of short field figures, what you can do. Now, what's really prudent here is because, again, these charts are based on like some certain average performance of a pilot and the good condition of the aircraft and so on. So very safe thing is what to do is actually take like 50% of this and just add it to it. And that would be, if you know your airplane, if you know yourself, then you will know, what to add, or if you can believe those numbers. So let's say I would say, yeah, so 2,500, fine. I know that I have like 6,000, 7,000 feet runway, so I'm pretty safe. The same for landing. 1,500 feet, yeah, so let's say that I will take 3,000 feet. Even if I take 3,000 feet, the runway is pretty long enough for that, specifically 6,300 or 8,000. But yeah, but it's important to kind of especially with the higher elevation to actually check, because if we are lower, then it could also come like really lower and maybe shorten our distances quite a lot. And the reason is that the pressure altitude is kind of used for these calculations because the temperature is actually worked into those performance charts. What really matters is the density altitude, which is a combination of a pressure altitude corrected for temperature. So this chart does it for us, so we don't need to calculate the density altitude. And as you can see, with higher temperatures, the altitude actually rises and the performance worsens because you have less air and you need to maintain a higher true airspeed to actually have the same indicated and to have the same amount of like air molecules going over your wings. So, any questions to this? Is something not understood, or is it clear? It's clear. I'll move forward. So, departure. I've depicted both recommended procedures. So either straight out or left at 45, or like not left, but 45 degrees to the crosswind in the direction of the traffic pattern, and one for left has a left traffic pattern. And then you wait when you are at least 500 feet above the traffic pattern altitude, and then you can do whatever you want. Well, whatever you want, but safely. So I'm planning to actually part either straight ahead and just turn back towards the airport and start my navigation from there. Yeah, I'll probably do that one. It's the easiest thing to do. I will probably climb all the way to like 2000 AGL just to be more safe. Standard radio calls. This is an untowered field, so really nothing special there. So let's move on. En route, last I checked, we had no ATC online. But if we do, we can request a flight following, which would be nice. We should be where are we? Yeah, we should be someplace there. Yeah, so no ATC for us as of now, but they might come online as last week. So feel free to reference this page if you need some phraseology. Of course, keep track of the progress as always. Navlog prepared, timing the lags, make sure that you are at the correct fix at a correct time. And this is the convoluted picture I was speaking about. Even from the forecast, it was clear that the wind direction is not to be a reliable forecast or predicted at a few hours ago. So I draw everything, and each kind of runway is depicted with a different color. If the conditions hold, the light blue will actually hold true for us. And also we are coming from the east here. So that would mean in order to arrive at or land at runway 30 via the recommended procedure, that means crossing the field perpendicular in the middle of the runway, 500 feet above the traffic pattern altitude. And again, that's usually 500 feet, 1,500 feet AGL if you don't expect any higher powered aircraft, or 2,000 feet AGL if there is an expectation that we might have some jets, for example, in the pattern that have like a higher standard traffic pattern altitude. Then we fly at least 2 nautical miles still at that altitude, and then we will perform a 225-degree teardrop entry, descending teardrop entry into the downwind, and we'll arrive at the recommended procedure of joining the midfield downwind at 45 degrees already at traffic pattern altitude. The reason we do that is that there is anyone in the pattern already, we can easily break off and try again. The other option is to cross that already at traffic pattern altitude and join directly to downwind. The problem is if there is anyone here on downwind and you need to give way to them because they have a right of way, you have problems actually avoiding them. So I would not do that unless there is virtually no one in the pattern. If there is anybody, just overfly, be safe about it, and join this as recommended. Questions? I finished my rant, so it's now your time. Right, probably no questions. So why don't we go flying? I will be here as always. I will be streaming the flight. I hope to see you in the air. If you can't, you'll feel free to watch my stream, but rather fly. And I will be there also at the end. So any questions during the flight, before the flight, after the flight, I'm there for you. Feel free to ask. And happy flying as always.
Happy flying.
Happy flying.
Okay. Okay, time to start the airplane then. Yep. There's something wrong. Okay, fuel tanks are on. Increased my graphics settings a bit, so let's see what I can get out of this. Like 33, 34. There's no real difference there. Okay. So beacon there, and the fuel pump goes on, and let's see some fuel pressure building, hopefully. Yeah, there it is. Good. Fuel pump off. Let us prime the engine. 3 strokes should do it. Okay. So, clear prop. Nice. Immediately watch that. Pressure, fuel pressure is in the green. Very nice. And I hope I didn't forget, as always, to do this. Yeah, I did. So let's just take an easy way out. Okay. That goes on. So altimeter setting should be 3030. It should do 3000, yeah, almost 300. That's good.
692 Delta taking off runway 14 left, going to be remaining in the pattern. Left hand.
You can close this and Let's put some heat there. Yeah, that's cabin heat, and I believe I have it. No, that's defroster, so cabin heat. Actually put it on because it's quite cold outside. And we'll just pretend that this fuel pump is not here. Just take it with my wing there. Yep. Just slicing through that. Oh, we already have someone in the air. Just lean that mixture, not that much. Cavern City traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, a Piper Comanche on the ramp, taxiing to runway 14 left. Cavern City.
Cavern City traffic, Cessna 692 Delta, turning left crosswind 14 right, Cavern City.
It's kind of strange taxiway here with some lights just in the middle of it.
Cavern City traffic, November 36 Echo, is the type Papa Arrow on the east ramp, taxi to runway 14 left, Cavern City. Cavern City traffic, Cessna 692 Delta, turning left downwind 14 right, correction 14 left, Cavern City.
Okay, the new meter should be out, so let's just check. One 3085, good. Right, do we go here or? Yeah, let's go here. Temperature of the oil is already in the green, so we are free to do a run-up check. We are over 3,000 feet. I'll still do like a full mixture. So let's put it to 2,000 RPM and let's
traffic, Cessna 692 Delta, turning left base, runway 14 left. It's going to be a touch and go,
we are in
and
the green there,
45
so let's check
degree
magnetos.
departure.
Right
City.
one. Good drop. But if left magnetos is kind of... Oh, left magneto is kind of very bad.
Cavern City traffic, November 91, Papa Cavern.
Sierra
That's actually, I know that we shouldn't have
Charlie,
gone
now
for
one
it.
left,
Should
ramp,
go back and clean
taxiing
some
to
spots and
runway
so on.
14 left.
I am interested to see if we will get some problems in the air, so we'll take it in the air anyway.
Cavern City traffic, Cessna 692 Delta, turning final, runway 14 left, Cavern City.
Carb heat. Working good. Alright, and idle. Engine runs, very good. Okay. We actually found a mixture setting that will give us most power, because we are at higher elevation. Okay, maybe there, 40%, good. Okay, so trim is set, fuel is set, flaps go, flaps 1 there, all the switches, yeah, so landing lights, strobe, pitot heat, yeah, that goes on, fuel pump on, directional gyro is synced, altimeter is set, good. Cavern City traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, taking off runway 14 left, straight out departure, Cavern City. Oh, we have someone. Okay, let's see if I... So we have someone on the radio. Guys, if there is anyone of you flying patterns now at Cavern City, nothing can be heard on the radio.
Just fine, but I can't hear you. Are you sure you have the right
You can't hear
frequency?
me?
Yeah.
Ah. I have 122.8.
Yeah, I can hear you now, but I couldn't hear it before. I saw you taxiing, but...
Okay, so maybe that's my problem. Okay, let me see.
Yeah. I think it's Leaf doing patterns and he's making his calls.
Yeah, you guys can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I had the wrong output device, but input device should be fine. Let's see. Cavern City traffic, Oscar Global Golf Papa Charlie, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so now you could hear me.
Yep.
Okay, that's strange because the microphone was set correctly, but the output was not. Okay, thank you very much, and sorry for whomever I falsely accused.
I have a very good memory.
Cavern City traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, taking off runway 14 left, straight out departure, Cavern City. Speed alive, everything in the green. Two knots. Gear goes up.
Cavern City traffic, Cessna 692 Delta, passing 4,800, departing to the north, final call, Cavern City.
Cavern City traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, runway 14 left, lining up and departing straight off departure. Cavern City. Traffic, 1732 Charlie, lining up, runway 14 left, Cavern City.
Right, first one will be 326, or 332 actually.
Traffic, November 1732 Charlie, take off on 4 left, departure to Morgan, Cavern City.
Cavern City traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, over the airport at 6,000 feet, departing northbound, final call, Cavern City.
Cavern City traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, upwind, runway 14 left, 4,300, climbing 10,500, will depart straight and turn around and overfly the field. Final, no, correction, not the final call, Cavern City traffic.
Cavern City traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, lining up runway 14 left.
So if I take the map, reporting, and at altitude, I believe that the correct heading
Cavern City
altitude
traffic, 91 Papa Charlie,
326.
taking off runway 14 left for left downwind departure, Cavern City.
Sounds like somebody's got a hot mic.
Yep. That was me talking to myself, sorry.
That's alright.
So still
Cavern
climbing.
City Sierra X-ray Alpha Sierra Golf, landing to runway 14 left, Cavern City.
So I'm climbing all the way to 8,500, and then I'll just fly straight.
Cavern City Sierra X-ray Alpha Sierra Golf, taking off runway 14 left for northern departure, Cavern City.
Okay. That's it.
Cavern City traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, left downwind, 14 left, Cavern City.
Right. So I'm going to do like 55% of horsepower. Brake horsepower. Brake horsepower. Brake horsepower. Sorry.
Cavern City traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, left downwind, 14 left, leaving the pattern to the north, final call, Cavern City.
Cavern City traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, overflying the field at 7,300, climbing 10,500, departing to the northwest, final call, Cavern City.
Alright, so we are at altitude. We have some wisps of clouds here.
Cavern City Sierra X-ray Alpha Sierra Golf, on downwind, departing north, Cavern City.
And this is our first user fix there, this reservoir. Let's do some economic cruise there. And we have some noise. Is it from our carb heat? No, it's not. It's closed? Yeah, that was closed. Oh, this one. Oh, nice. So I'll just close it. Now it cruises lightly. Smooth air today. Indicator speed about 130. Pressure altitude about 8,200 right now. Well, as soon as I deal with this, I'll calculate our true airspeed. Today it flies nicely.
Cavern City traffic, citation 711 Hotel Tango, taking off runway 14 left, left down departure, Cavern City.
Okay, so we are there. Next heading will be 344. And just reset timer 6.8, let's say. All the way there, 6.8. We don't want to. Yeah, and so what we need to do now is to follow the road to Artesia, which might be this one, because now we should fly like 7 minutes. And I'll let us settle on some altitude first. After I'm trimmed, I can judge my airspeed properly.
Cavern City traffic, citation 711 Hotel Tango, turning left, off the runway 14 left,
See, we are doing now is 55% horsepower cruise, which is not overly fast, but it's fast enough. We're burning just 10.6 gallons per hour. And let's say that we are doing 135 knots right now. And our pressure altitude is about 8,100 feet. Outside air temperature is 5 degrees. So 5 degrees lined up with 8,000. There we go. And if we are doing 135 knots, that means, indicated, that means our true airspeed is actually 155, which is quite a lot more than I counted with. It's probably because we are quite lighter than what the performance charts say. So it's probably not gonna be 7 minutes, but maybe just 6.5 or something like that. Just turn off my navigation lights. I don't need them here. Okay, so there is some airfield there. It's gonna be that one, yeah. Artesia Municipal, so this should be Artesia. I strongly believe that is actually our destination there, just under that mountain. Okay, so we are trimmed. So after Artesia, the road should actually, yeah, we should follow this one that goes to the left a little bit and continues all the way down there. You can already see them in the distance, so we should not get lost. We actually head straight there. So for some reason or another, today's flight is kind of peaceful. I have like this inner feeling of real peace and quiet.
Sounds like famous last words.
Yeah.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah, my left magneto was like kind of maybe fouled or something. I intentionally took off, you know, even with that. It had like 300 RPM drop. Just, you know, to experiment what will happen.
So the feeling of peace and quiet is from the quiet engine.
No, actually it hums quite contentedly.
Okay.
For now.
Just watch out for the UFOs. You think we'll see any? I hope so.
There's actually a DFO above Roswell right now.
What is a DFO?
I don't know. DFO 206. It's a Boeing 738, it says.
So it won't be unidentified flying object, maybe delusional flying object.
Yeah, yeah.
So I now remembered I should turn one tank off.
Yeah, me too.
Then I just need to remember to turn that back on before I turn off the other one.
It'll be very peaceful then.
It's not like a turning switch like in the Arrow.
Sorry, come again?
So there's two separate switches for each fuel tank in the
Yes.
Comanche. Oh, okay.
But I have a feeling that if I switch, off, it shouldn't die out immediately, right? There's still some fuel in the pipes.
Yeah,
Tell
I
us
guess.
how it goes. Tell us how it goes.
Okay, let's actually do it.
My feeling is it will buy you a second or two at most. They're not very thick pipes, I think.
Actually, I turned it off like for 1 second and nothing happened.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm surprised.
So I'll try, how long it needs to be off. Okay, 7 seconds or 6 seconds.
And then your engine died.
And then it started sputter, and I turned it back on, So it didn't die immediately, but it would eventually. That's a pretty cool simulation there.
I hope the FAA isn't listening.
It's something you would do on a drunk flight, like for a bachelor's party. Hey guys, check this out.
Yeah.
It can fly for like 7 seconds with no fuel.
Yeah, that's actually why I love this aircraft, the level of detail they went in, for the simulation. For example, this 310, I also love that plane, but there, if you mishandled the fuel tanks, normally in real life it takes like 40 seconds for you to run out of fuel, because there are like main tanks and auxiliary tanks, and if you, for example, used auxiliary for takeoff, then at that position it would not be able to supply that properly, but it would still take 40 seconds for the engine to fail. If you do that, in the sim, in that aircraft, it basically dies right away, like that second that you turn it off. So that's why I love this A2A so much. It's this level of detail. It actually counts with the fuel still in the pipes. Or
So
in the carburetor, or whatever.
So do they use like external code, or do they
Yes,
use the...
this is
Oh,
like a
okay.
full-blown external code.
Oh, I see.
And my Comanche engine still won't idle. So I wonder what that's...
And did you overhaul it?
No, I haven't been to the
okay.
shop yet.
Oh, you haven't been to a shop yet, okay.
Nope. If this flies, I guess it's okay. As long as I keep it above 600-700 RPM, it runs.
Mm-hmm. It's real peace here now. I don't know if it's like just the power setting I chose that the engine has this, low-pitched hum. It's kind of soothing.
What power settings are you using? Let's see if mine is the same.
I'm doing 22 inches manifold pressure and just short of 1900 RPM. And that gives me 55% of horsepower. What do you have?
Gives me 51%. 52. But it does sound a bit better. Why did you settle on 22 manifold pressure?
I wanted just, 1900 RPM and just 55%, so I just
Okay.
twiddled, with the throttle until I achieved that, but only after I leaned. And I'm doing 10.5 gallons per hour. So Joshua, I know that you're flying the Citation again. What about others? What do we have in the sky?
HSC 152.
That was on VATSIM.
Yeah, me too.
That wasn't VATSIM, you're right.
Yeah. That was also on Discord and VATSIM. So 152, yeah, it's like a little bit longer, but at least you will have more joy.
I have the Diamond D40.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm flying the Arrow again. Arrow 4.
Nice.
Sounds like a lawnmower.
Sounds like a, what? Lawnmower?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be if you fly low enough.
Yeah. A high-powered lawnmower. Or if there's sufficiently high grass.
It was you, Klaus, right? Who sent me the picture of lawn mowing with the propeller.
Yeah, that was a low pass.
A pretty low pass. It left marks in the grass.
Yeah.
And was it a crash? No.
I don't know. I only saw the picture.
Ah.
There was no backstory.
Alright, so I'm coming up on my fix there. There is a bend in the road, which is this one, and more importantly, there is an airfield, Roswell. So when I reach that, we'll be doing 270, so I'll just set it up. There we go. Just take it straight over the airport. And then what we should follow is, well, basically nothing, and we should converge to another highway. Okay, so let's make a gentle turn now. And we'll also use it to lose some altitude. We won't compensate for this loss of lift. It's quite intentional. Actually, we also gain speed, so let's reset timer at 10:24, which is 10.4. And this is our direction. And we haven't lost any altitude at all. Nice. Okay, airfield straight ahead of us. As far as mountains go, it's pretty straightforward, and I would say that the highest mountains that we see should actually aim there for them, which is not what I'm aiming right now. So let's see, let's give it a try. It's kind of nothing really to orientate by. But if I go more right, it's more safer, because eventually I should come across the road there. And those salt basins, I'm not really sure I will be able to solve them. You can kind of use a helper and just tune in the VOR, but I don't want to. Actually try to look for the Roswell City. Was it? It's something like, could it be this one already? Probably so, yes. So in that case, there should be a road heading out of it. Should eventually cross that one. In any case, maybe we'll be able to see these kind of like a snake, and we should be arriving there in about 14 minutes. So based on our speed, let's say 11 minutes. Yeah, 11 something. Okay, beta heat on, yeah, of course. Switch tanks. So main on, this one off. Yeah, as far as landmarks go, it's a barren country. There's nothing. I'm really interested to see if we'll be able to hit the airport correctly. Without the use of any moving map or anything helper. There's virtually nothing. Friend, yeah, nice sunglasses. Yeah, I can already see out. map back on. So that should take us 14 or 11 minutes. I'm at a half, so should be someplace there. I have been flying a little bit to the right, so I would expect that we should really see the road. Is it this one? I'll have to work on the assumption that it is this one.
Traffic, citation 711 Hotel Tango, orbiting over the field 6,500, Roswell. Looking for inbound traffic.
Yeah, I think this must be the road. So I'll just cross it and go on the north side of it, so I have a better view of it from my left window. But let's not fall into a confirmation bias and actually still try to establish what that might be, because we are in the middle.
We are back on a nice headwind, as is tradition.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know what kind of wind I'm in right now. I'm just trying to find that road, and I believe I did, but it's a country of nothing here. It's pretty barren.
Just turned over Roswell Airport. And, having some trouble as well. But okay.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful, but there are no landmarks.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
just
it's
heading
a
to the
bit
big
better.
mountain.
It's a bit better than the last few flights.
Yeah,
I think.
the big mountain is actually a pretty good landmark when you know when it comes to it. And I believe I found the road that I was looking for, so at least I'm pretty sure I did.
There's a bit of a longish mountain extending west to east or east to west. That's the field is south of that. And if you like cheating, there's also an NDB nearby.
Yeah, I'm trying to do without nav aids. So that road is actually nestled into the valley there, albeit, not sure if I'm able to see, but there's a bend, which might be that one there. We'll see. The truth is that the land is actually coming at us from below. We are at a lesser height than we were previously. Still about 2 minutes if I correctly counteract the higher airspeed I'm doing compared to what I base my nav lag on.
Traffic, citation 711 Hotel Tango, turning a high right downwind runway 17 at 6,500, Roswell.
Doesn't really look like that much of a turns.
That sounded like a possible alien on frequency there.
Yeah, I think so. So could it
He didn't say what he was
way?
flying, did he?
Nope. So I'm trying to identify those bands there. There's one left, one right, so it might be this one, but I'm not convinced that I've arrived.
Oh, you are here, Josh.
yet.
Hey.
Yep. A little late, but made it.
Maybe the time will actually agree.
Yeah, you're not
this
flying the
time
UFO
around.
by any chance, are you?
I think so, that those
I'm
bands are
not. I
all the way
restrained
there.
myself. Just barely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll need to go a little bit further. But the elevation of the land really picks up here. And the landscape is beautiful.
It is.
Okay, so when I arrive there, it's gonna be well, it's basically the same. But I'm not flying the same right now, because I had to correct. Yeah, these are the bands. Nice. See them. They should be, yeah, let's say that the first one, yeah, my reporting point is like a beam of the second one. Yeah. So still waiting a little bit. But I can already set my course correctly. Or not course, but heading. It's close enough, so 13 minutes, 12 seconds of 13.2. And now we are like 9 minutes away, or maybe 8 minutes away from... And that's gonna be... I don't think I'll be able to actually determine where this road breaks out, but I should be able to see the
road.
airport.
Turns out it was under my nose all along.
It's this one here in the valley. So when I fly about, let's say, 6 minutes, I should make my announcement. And it's Sierra Blanca Airport. And let's get the weather. That's a good idea. So, 2035, it's actually 20 minutes ago. Winds 310 at 11. So 310, so 300 at 11. That, well, it's actually pretty nice for runway 30. Pretty much aligned, if you ask me. Yeah, good. So currently the wind blows directly down the runway at a velocity of 11 knots and runway 30. as the current situation. Closer to the ground, so the ride is more bumpier. Again, the field elevation of 6,800. So I'll actually stay at this altitude for crossing the field. Nice. I don't need to. I basically don't need to descend. Well, this is the first flight out of almost 50 that we've been doing that I don't actually need to descend only in the traffic pattern.
Yeah.
Because I'll just yeah.
It's 8,300 for the overhead. Join, so I guess you can just wait for the ground to come to you.
Yeah, it's like 8,300 to 8,800, right? Depends on what you want to do. But I'll just stay at 8,500. That's
yeah.
It's the first one that the actually airport ascended towards me instead of me descending towards the airport.
Yeah. Normally a bad sign, but in this case,
yeah, it's a desired outcome.
Yeah. I feel like I should incorporate satellite images into my planning a bit more. There's a nice valley you can follow, which you don't really see on the sectional, or at least I don't see on the sectional.
Well, it's actually there.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah, well, if you zoom in long enough, and you have those, how do you call it in English, those lines that connect the same elevation.
Yeah, the isobaric lines, I guess.
No, those would be pressure.
Yeah.
But
Contour lines?
Yeah, maybe. I don't really recall. What's that called?
Yeah. The zero gradient lines, that always works.
But
no matter what it is.
Yeah, zero gradient lines. Yeah, great. Geographic zero gradient lines.
Yeah.
I think the technical term you're looking for is squiggly lines.
What?
Yeah, squiggly lines.
Squiggly lines.
Squiggly lines. Okay, yeah. Well, that works as well, I guess. Okay, I think I identified that first fork, which is a good sign. That leads to that Lincoln and NDB there, or Capitan and NDB, which means I'm actually flying correct thing. What I really don't understand is that peak that is depicted, on the sectional, where I have my last user fix. What the hell can they mean? Because there's so many peaks that it might be some transmitter maybe in real life. Alright, so still going through 6 minutes, so let's make a call. Sierra Blanca traffic, this is Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche, about 10 miles east at 8,500 feet, altimeter setting 3030. We'll be joining left downwind runway 30, Sierra Blanca. So it should have been like 8 minutes, so guess this maybe. There should be a road, but you know, it's very hard to spot. I guess that's gonna be it. And if you want to come at 30, that means going a little bit more to the right. Well, let's say that as soon as I find the airport.
Let's see. Also see the fog. All right.
Yeah, must be it. I'll just turn there. Is this the airport? Okay, so 8 minutes, yeah. So actually, yeah, okay, this is the airport. I see the airport, guys.
I think I can see it as well. I think.
How far are you?
I think I'm sitting pretty much on top of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can see you on my TIS.
What are you flying?
An arrow, but I have the GNS 530. But before you ask, no, I have the map disabled. I just see traffic and ground track.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounded skeptical.
No, that's all right. And have you departed before me, or were you that much faster?
Nah, I think I caught up with you. I was behind you on takeoff, and I'm like, I don't know, 5 knots faster than you.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra Blanca traffic, November 36 Echo, type per hour about 10 miles east, 9,500, descending 8,500 for a left downwind runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, overflying the airfield at 8,800 feet from northeast to southwest. We'll be doing a teardrop entry into the left downwind of runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
Okay, Thomas, I think that might not be you. That's someone else, and you are ahead of me at the field already.
Maybe.
And who did I overtake just now? Oh well.
I'm at the fork in the road.
Ah, then it could be you, Klaus.
Yeah, I think so. I don't see you though.
I'm a bit above you still.
So 1 minute.
Sierra Blanca traffic, November 91 Papa Charlie, Comanche, currently 10 miles to the east at 8,500 feet. We'll overfly runway 30 and join the left downwind for runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
Okay, so fuel pump is on. Let's put both tanks on. We're almost at a minute mark. Yeah, so
Sierra
0
Blanca
to the miles,
traffic,
so
arrow
let's try
36
descending.
Echo, about 5 miles east, 8,500. We'll overfly the field to the southwest and then go for a teardrop entry into a west pattern runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
just descend there. Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, joining left downwind runway 30 at 45, Sierra Blanca. Get a little bit higher, but let's do a gear down. Okay, it's green, so gear off. First notch of flaps. Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning left base, runway 30, Sierra Blanca. And I should have put my carb heat on a long time ago. Let's do that now. And let's descend that bridge.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Cessna 692 Delta 10 to the east at 8,500. We'll be overflying the field for left teardrop entry, left downwind for runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
And flaps 3.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, overflying the field to the southwest at 8,500 for teardrop entry into left downwind runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, final runway 30, full stop landing, Sierra Blanca. Okay. Still too fast. Carb heat off.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie is 1 mile to the northeast and will overfly runway 30 to the southwest at 8,500 and then join left downwind runway 30 on a teardrop entry, Sierra Blanca.
Fuel pump off, heat and heat off. Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, runway 30 is vacated, taxiing to parking, Sierra Blanca. Okay, taxi to
Sierra
landing
Blanca
lights,
traffic, Arrow 36 Echo,
strobe
about
lights.
2 miles southwest. Beginning my turn for the teardrop, entry to a left traffic pattern runway 30, 8,300, descending 7,800, Sierra Blanca.
Is that them? I think it is. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, so we're just across the runway 6 and 24, the end of it. Okay. I should have done the long landing. Now I'm taxiing a long way.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, turning left downwind, runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, joining left downwind for 30, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, November 187, 32 Charlie on the LS, runway 24, 12 miles out, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, turning left base, runway 30, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, will be crossing runway 0624 mid runway, Sierra Blanca. Okay, left, right, there's someone, but they're far away. Strobe lights on.
I have 10 miles to go, so don't worry.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, turning left base 30, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Arrow 36 Echo, turning final, runway 30, full stop, and we will try for a long landing, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, vacated all the runways, continue taxiing, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie on final 30. Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, I see the traffic on runway, so I'll go around Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, November 1732 Charlie, final runway 24, Sierra Blanca. Sierra Blanca traffic, Cessna 692 Delta, overflying the field at 8,500, northeast to southwest for teardrop entry, left downwind, runway 20, Sierra Blanca.
Let's use some of those painted ones.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, turning left, crosswind 30.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 036 Echo, crossing runway 0624, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 91 Papa Charlie, turning left downwind to 34, Sierra Blanca.
Okay, let's check what those magnetos are clear.
Traffic 911
Or spark plugs.
Short 5 volts, runway 24, Sierra Blanca.
Sierra Blanca traffic, 036 Echo, all runways
They're
located,
cleaned.
Sierra Blanca.
Okay, so avionics off. Strobe lights should have been off. Master off. And we are standing. And it's quiet. How much fuel did we use? We had 17 in each. Just 10 gallons of fuel. We were in the air for 56 minutes. Okay, I'll just let's review. What pattern? This is a nice taxi. So let's review the pattern. Entry pattern, yeah, was not exactly perpendicular, but then I was able to do that properly. Slight overshoot. But otherwise, I believe, yeah, I was going a little bit more to the right. I should have arrived at this point more in a straight line, but I acquired the road a little bit sooner, which if is good.
Must have you disconnected already? I can't see you for some reason.
No, I'm still there.
Okay, I can see you on little nav map, but I can't see your plane for some reason.
I turned the invisibility mode on.
Yeah, it's nothing the Comanche can't do.
You don't have it?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm too poor for invisibility.
Still don't
Oh,
see
there
it.
you are, hiding behind the taxi cab.
Oh, I don't have any taxi cabs, so.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so with that, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.